Today I'm just about to do 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock anyway, whatever time you may be in your own location. So I'm just about to share you these details for some of the people struggling to sign players as an agent. So let's give you some tips before struggling to sign players. If you're struggling to sign players as an agent, you're just a new agent, you walk into the business and you're struggling to sign players. So what is the problem? Is it lack of network? Is it lack of understanding of the industry? Let's jump straight into it. So the first thing I'm just going to the first thing for an agent, when you work, let's say you've just got your license and then you want to start signing players. The one thing you discover is, okay, not every player I thought I would just call because I have a license will actually accept uh, working with me. So it doesn't work that way. Why? They don't trust you. They don't know your network. Many people don't know if you are even a real agent. So how do you start signing players then? So you have problem of, I'm going to tell you the problem. You have problem of lack of trust by players who are also looking for rightful agents for their career because this is their career. You have problem of not knowing, getting the right network. No sporting director believes you. No coaches don't want to pick your number, but you have a license. So how do you do that? So the first thing that you have to do is calm down yourself, relax, and build a strategy. How do you build a strategy? The first thing you have to do is you try to first go gradually at grassroots level. There, everyone sees you as, I don't want to say it's a god, but everyone can listen to you. You have the listening ears of everyone there. That's the first thing. So when you want to sign your first player, most likely for those starting is always from grassroots level. You might be lucky to sign a player who maybe is your, I'll give you an example. Maybe it's your friend that can easily help you. Also, that maybe the friend is playing professional, then he signs with you for you to look for him a team who is already an elite professional. That can be easy. But I'm saying like you don't have any friend who is playing professional football and you just want to start from certain level. Okay. The first thing you have to do is go to grassroots level, start scouting local talent among your areas. Then you can move to nearby cities around your area. I will tell you for sure is that every city has people who have talent are playing football. Every city, most cities have talent. Football is a global game that a lot of people are playing football. But these talents are often not seen because they are not agents in that area. So you being having the license, you have advantage to the whole that market to yourself. Yes. So start scouting from the local area there. Start developing your network with the people. So what you can do is, I give an example. Let me just give you this one just came also on my head. If you are working with if you know where a local club is training and you go there as an agent, try to make when you see the people play, try to get connection with the parents of that player. Yes, try to get connection with the parents of that player because let's take for example if the player is 15 years and he's still at that village and you have his father's phone number, you have already built connection there. So the next time you can start talking, asking the player, the father, how is the player doing? How is he performing? Yeah. When you have a good network, you think of that player. Yeah, when you have a good network, which means you already have that network to be with the family. That's one important thing. But so this is how you build various network. This is a very good strategy. Actually, I do implement this. Like I give an example. So when I go to various academies and let me say when they are training and I'm watching the kids, when I see or watching the players, when I see the one that I really like that is good, I come the next time I still watch that same player. The next thing I try to do is I try to have a discussion uh with the player's parents. Why maybe the player is playing, just come around and say, hey, I try to spot who is the parents to this player. And then the next day I come and we have a chat and I say, what do you think about your child and all those kind of stuff? Because most of the time when the parents bring the players, they always bring the players probably in their car and they wait for the child there and they pick the child. So you're always going to see the parent for sure. So you try to have a conversation with them and say, and then at one point in time, it might be after 2 days or whatsoever time that you see that you might decide, you can say, okay, you're an agent, but you said No worries now. Just take the father's number and just keep asking him, updating about the child's information and everything, how the child is playing, everything like that. That is how, that is actually the most important thing you can do to keep tab of a player, because because now when the player is playing, you already have connection with his family and parent, that you can actually ring the father and come, can I come and see you, that easy way, because you already had a conversation with the child when the kid when the kid was still young. So this is very important part for most people, is that start building your grassroots network. At one point in time, it's going to kick on when you go to um, highest level. You're going to remember, okay, you already have network from various places. But when you go to any place and it's among football players, you just watch and leave without creating contact. It's quite hard. So that's the first thing. Go to grassroots level and start building from there also. And also, if you see someone that you really want to sign already, you can start to communicate with the parents already in another way. So you don't need to sign the best player right now when you are starting to become a top and elite agent. That is not going to actually work right now. You need to start from where your level is and start developing your network. And I'll tell you one thing, the same thing you're looking for is the same thing coaches are looking for, is the same thing sporting directors and football clubs are looking for. I'll guarantee you now, let's say if you just turn up and ring any sporting director that you're a nobody, that Cristiano Ronaldo is available or Lamine Yamal is available, and you say, okay, and you prove a representative agreement with Lamine Yamal that you are his agent, trust me, you're going to get the deal signed. You're going to be invited to have a discussion. Do you know why? Because Lamine Yamal is already proven and is playing at the highest level. So now your task as an agent is also to discover the next Lamine Yamal. Go to those local academies because there are talented players there. But one thing you don't know is those guys, their football level is going to grow, it's going to go up high. So that's one thing you don't know, but you can bring them there by your network. So start creating that contact with them when they are young, so that within 2 to 3 years or 1 year, you already have the contact with lots of their parents. So if I were you, let's say when I go to academies when they're playing, the moment I see a child is talented and somehow, I try to create contact with his parent and keep his parent that and make his parent that, okay, just keep pushing the child, bringing him regularly, and also the parent is already going to see that, okay, someone is interested in my kid. But now you're building the relationship already with the parent that, okay, in few years, you can always talk to him. You can always ask how is the parent, how is the child going, how is the football going. The moment the parents say, okay, the child, we're looking for a trials in the next club because I think the child is much better. You have that advantage of already knowing the parents' number. But if you don't have the parents' number, at one point in time you come, you go and start somewhere from square zero to do this to another player. So start from your local club is very important. So that's the first thing to stop you should stop. I just wanted to give you a trick. You stop struggling to sign players into your agency. That's the first thing. So develop your network with even the people from the basic level. Don't always start from the elite level. And then next, also try to always go and visit elite clubs, how they are playing, how they train. Try to go and visit them and watch them. Because what will happen is once you visit them and watch them, you get an idea of how football is being played and with intensity. This is going to also help you. This is also actually going to help you gain some connection with the people also around the football club, the professional environment. You see how things are being done. So in a short way, most of the time when you visit academic or I mean you visit elite professional areas, you are always having, you might create contact with one or two people. I give example, most of the time in the summer I try to go to professional clubs, but now I've built a network that I have a lot of the contacts, which is quite very important. So most of the time it's important that you try to do this to yourself. You have to give this your all. You don't sit all on your sofa and try to call people. Most of the time when you sit on your sofa and call people 100 times, you are going to maybe get one or two answers. Yes, and if you're not mentally strong, it's going to discourage you. So I challenge you to, the best route to do this is wake up from your sofa, go to the various football clubs, academies, sit there, speak to the assistant coaches after watching the training. session. For example, if you don't know how to strike a discussion, you can say, I like this, the drill you did there. Can I have an idea of what you just did? And the next day, if you come already, you're already building a network with him. But your target there is that in few months, you'll be used to that environment. When you come, the people already know you. Because there was one thing about human beings. If you know about networking relationships are being built over time. Relationships is not just built at a single moment. So the more you go to a place regularly, the more people know you, and the more they're familiar with your face, and the more they get to talk to you. Like for example, when I started going to football clubs to meet professional clubs, the first time I went there, I just want to watch the game. I just want to watch the training and I stood there. No one was looking at me. I was just watching the game, trying to write what they are doing. Yes, because also I was doing a project. And then the next day, when the people coming for the next session at 11 a.m., I turned up for that at that professional club. Actually, the name of the club was like Coops. An elite team in Finland. I turned up there the next day, and suddenly some of the staffs came and was saying hi and all those things, just hi, all those things. And I also felt the confidence to go and talk to the staff after the training session. And from there, build a relationship, having a lot of people's contact inside uh, the organization, inside the sport club. So now, if I'm going there, I don't start from square zero. I know he who is in charge of sports, the media department. I know most of the players. I speak to the most of the players. I even have interviews with them. After training, we say hi. But all this relationship, I even go inside the club facilities, inside the offices. But all this happened. This is what helped me networking. That you have to start. You have to push yourself to start. If you don't start from the beginning, I imagine from the day one when I went there, no one spoke to me from the first day of travel. And then I said, oh, I'm not going back there because I'm going to be lonely. No, mentally up here, I was strong to say, okay, I'm still going to go back there. And from the second day, third day, I have a connection with those clubs. So you as a starting agent, this is the same thing you can do. So now, let's say, start also with your local club. Go to other clubs when you as an agent, because as an agent, those who are elite agents do a lot of work behind. You don't know. I always give an example of George Mendes. George Mendes was the agent of Cristiano Ronaldo. He was running a nightclub. He was not an elite agent. He started from grassroots. His first player he signed was Nuno Espirito Santos. There was a goalkeeper then. He took that goalkeeper to Deportivo de La Coruña, who was a team in La Liga, Spain back then. And then from there, Nuno Esperanto introduced him to his other colleagues and said, oh, I have an agent who did my deal. And the other colleagues, oh, can I have that? Can I have your agent? Can I use your agent so that the agent can help me also trash out my deal with the club? And from there, he started getting more clients and recommendations because he was good at that. And then he left the nightclub and everything he was running and focused more on football agent. And the rest is history. Now, where's George Mendes? George Mendes was the agent of Cristiano Ronaldo. So you can imagine the level he has grown up to. Like they call them now super agent. But even the late Mino Raiola never started as an agent. His most strongest point was that he knew a lot of languages to speak. He could translate. He could speak in Italian. He could speak in Spanish. He could speak a lot of languages. So that was his advantage in also communicating with people. So you, as a starting agent, start from somewhere. So I'm giving an example to experienced people, and I'm also giving an example to me when I had the license, or before I even had the license, I had to start to go to football clubs, places, because I sat down and I spoke to myself. No one is doing this for me. I am the only one who can build myself. I'm the only one who can build myself to an elite level. So if I'm the only one who can build myself to an elite level, I need to wake up from my sofa, go to speak to various agencies, or various clubs about me. So the first day, guys, I'm going to say the first day, do not be discouraged that when you go, no one speaks to you. That's normal. That in relationship, when someone sees you for the first time, even for those who are dating who are in dating lives, or ladies and all, the first time when you meet your spouse, it's always awkward. It's not just like so special. You people are still like a little bit shy. That's also normal in football stuff. The first time you meet people at a football club, someone they might be the personal trainer or the people, they don't know you, so don't expect them to speak to you anyhow. I mean, somehow. So, but you have to show up there 2 to 3 times before people start recognizing that, that's a very familiar face who comes. That's a very familiar face. Well, someone I might say hi. And there it even gives you relief, like, okay, someone even recognizes me. So this happens to everybody. So even when you go to watch academic games, don't expect someone don't expect someone to just start talking to you immediately. It's not going to work like that. So when you come there and see how the kids are training, you know that your option is to build, your target is to build relationship and get players signed into your agency. Believe me, do this regularly. Consistency is the key. You're going to be an elite agent. If you do this regularly, you're going to have network that's your result. Is just going to be a matter of time. You're going to have results. This I strongly believe in, because I'll give an example of also what I started. When I have an Instagram account that a lot of people contacted me. When I was beginning in 2022, the Instagram account, a lot of people told me that to be on Instagram is so hard or whatsoever. I knew nothing about anything like Instagram. I knew nothing. So, but I just took it to myself that why not stay consistent? And when I stayed consistent, the result just changed. It started when you post regularly. Don't post for 1 month and get frustrated. That's just life. Post 1, 2, 3 months, 4 months. Yeah, just keep. And the thing is that when you post, you get experience. You get to know how to tweak things and how to adjust things. And that was how my Instagram grew. But I'm just trying to give you guys information, like life is consistency. The same on LinkedIn. When I started on LinkedIn, I used to post videos and then I'll go and come after her. Then I got frustrated. I would say, oh my God, what is this? I'm just so really tired about this LinkedIn. Maybe I can only crack the Instagram algorithm, and also maybe I cannot. LinkedIn is hard. But after posting consistently for 1 month, now people who write me are like sporting directors of football clubs trying to ask me about my services, about certain rules, certain FIFA rules and regulation. But this is because I stayed consistent and I did my research. So you see how life goes. So stay consistent if you're a football agent trying to build your network. It's like, I don't want to brag about it. It's like also I always feel in myself that I'm going to become a top agent. Why? Because there's a plan that I'm going and a structure I'm going to follow. Go to football clubs, speak to them, go regularly. If you go to visit the sporting director doesn't show up that day, go the next time and stay. And when you talk with the coach, there will be a day or 2 to 3 days. The coach is going to take you to a sporting director's place, and from there to a sporting director, and you're going to speak with him. So things take time, but the more you stay persistent, it's going to happen. So you struggling to sign your first player, I've just given you experience. I've just given you how do I say? I've given you examples of, just off of my head because I'm not reading. This is just true life. I've given you examples of sporting directors. I've given you example of myself. I've given you example the experienced agent who I lead. So do not think you're the only one there. But one thing I say is, if you contact people and write people online, do not sit alone on your couch, and because people are more scared of people when it's just online, because nowadays there's a lot of these things that they call online scams and everything. People want to see people physically before they believe. So try to always go and communicate with people face to face. Face to face networking is the most powerful networking thing you can see, because someone has seen your face. That's very powerful. So when you sit online and you find, maybe you check people on online, you speak to them. Try to also go to, if they don't respond, because mostly they are not to respond. If you have a chance, if those people are closer to you, you have to go. You can go the day you turn up there and you see them training. You say, I wrote you a message on LinkedIn. Probably you didn't reply. Probably, but I guess you were busy. I'm the one who wrote you about trying to know how you started on your career and all those kind of things. Yes, and from there, that's how it goes. So, anyways, this was just a video. I wanted to let you guys know, those struggling to sign players, that keep grinding, for it's going to work. Stay consistent. That's the key. Someone who is more consistent and with less talent and have a structural approach always grow, rather than someone who has maybe talent and want to rely all on talent. So, as we always say, the consistency is the key. Take care and talk to you later. Cheers. Yeah, bye for now.